Luo Feng led the way, and Wuxin God King used the hidden sky tunneling technique to bring the team nearby. Look, Luo Feng looked into the distance, where several swaying purple flowers in the distance emitted spakes of purple light, which held a strong attraction for cultivators like them. These treasures produced by the Dream Realm can greatly benefit life within the braided cage, Emperor Guisu observed. These are the relatively common purple Heart Realm flowers, each worth 3 million merit points. From a distance, there are a total of 7 purple Heart Realm flowers. The value of treasures on the land of origin is assessed based on the merit points of the 2 ancient countries. Where are the Dream Realm creatures? Asked Wuxin God King. Over there, Luo Feng pointed into the distance. Those ordinary-looking trees around the flowers are actually plant life forms. If we get close, we'll be attacked by 9 plant life forms. Luo Feng pointed out the 9 inconspicuous big trees. Dealing with them isn't hard, but we need to be careful not to damage the treasures. As we agreed earlier, Yun Jie, show your poison fog, Brother Wuxin, and I will make a move. Brother Luo He, you protect these treasures, commanded Emperor Guisu. Wuxin, Yun Jie, and Luo Feng all nodded. Luo Feng knew very well that, in terms of the intricacy of techniques, he was far inferior to Wuxin God King and Emperor Guisu. His advantage lay in having multiple avatars and being resilient. Hence, at critical moments, he could entangle Dream Realm creatures and protect the treasures as best as possible. Act now. Under the hidden sky tunneling technique, the 4 of them quickly approached the purple flowers. Invisible rules began to ripple, revealing all 4 of their figures. Under the control of the rules of the 9 tree life forms, huge branches transformed into giant hands that enveloped them, while numerous tree roots burst from the ground, entwining towards Luo Feng and the others. In the Dream Realm, various treasures seem to be key to the operation of the realm itself. Approaching these treasures exposes any use of escape skills due to the Dream Realm's operational rules. Even alien beings from the 2 Realms Palace, the Wanfa Tower, and the time-space lonely boat would be forced to reveal themselves when near the treasures. Luo Feng, though it was his first time in the Dream Realm, already felt the operational rules within it. The Dream Realm's operational rules are unique, starkly different from the supreme rules of the land of origin. The Dream Realm's rules are not as impeccable as the supreme rules of the land of origin, but they are also of a very high level, far beyond the reach of lives within the braided cage. The 9 tree life forms, with 3 of them being mightier than the Emperor of Che Kun and the other 6 possessing the invincible standard of the first realm of Godly King, were relatively clumsy and low in intelligence. This was a common trait among all Dream Realm creatures. At this moment, the 9 tree life forms were being eroded invisibly. The bodies of these life forms started to show signs of erosion, with the weaker 6 ones almost immediately riddled with numerous holes, while the strong 3 also suffered great reductions in strength. What a terrifying poison! Luo Feng was shocked by this scene. I heard this poison not only erodes the physical body, but also the soul. That godly king from the imperial clan of Thunder God country was struck by the poison. His soul extinguished instantly, dying completely before he could reincarnate. This was Cloud Sky God King. Her poison was not part of any poison under the supreme rules. Instead, it was a terrifying poison unearthed from the primordial bloodline that even life forms below the ultimate realm dreaded, including Emperor Guisu and Wuxin God King, who also had to be very careful in dealing with it. Invisible and colorless, one cannot see how it is deployed, but all these Dream Realm creatures are affected. Luo Feng understood why the Reincarnation Tower would make an exception to recruit a godly king in the first realm. Boom, boom, boom. 3 terrifying bolts of lightning struck the 3 mighty tree life forms, instantly leaving them severely damaged. Emperor Guisu revealed 8 arms, each arm wielding weapons of immense power. With simultaneous strikes from 8 arms, in the blink of an eye, the 3 damaged tree life forms were completely shattered and obliterated. Wuxin God King was even faster. With just 6 strikes of his sword, he killed the 6 weaker tree life forms whose strength had been greatly diminished. Luo Feng, meanwhile, used the power of the world to protect the treasures and prepared to block any impacts with his physical body. Fortunately, Emperor Guisu and Wuxin God King were both efficient and did not affect the nearby plants. Emperor Guisu The intelligence reports say he cultivated the origin Tao of matter, but his 8 arms are capable of unleashing 8 different attacks including thunder, bloodlight, fire, and water rays, and their combination is too much even for the second realm of Godly King to withstand. Luo Feng could sense the terror of this combined assault. In terms of strength, he could fight on equal terms with a mighty plant life form, one-on-one. But to destroy it, Luo Feng couldn't do that. Emperor Guizu's overwhelming power, even though it was assisted by the poison from Cloud Sky God King, still astonished Luo Feng. Not surprisingly, he was someone who, despite relinquishing a secret treasure, was able to reincarnate even after a long-prepared joint attack from 3 emperors. And what he was demonstrating now were probably just some ordinary techniques, not his desperate killing moves. It's been relatively easy, Emperor Guizu said with a smile, observing the purple flowers. These 7 purple heart realm flowers are of good quality. Wuxin, you do the picking. Wuxin God King nodded. Luo Feng and Cloud Sky God King watched on. This had all been agreed upon beforehand. Among the 4 of them, Wuxin God King had the strongest survival capabilities and was the most suitable to carry the treasures. They would distribute them after exiting the Dream Realm. According to the earlier agreement, Emperor Guizu and Wuxin God King would each take 35%, Luo He, for leading the way, would take 20%, and Cloud Sky God King would take 10%. In the harsh environment of the Dream Realm, leading the way was extremely important. Should someone contribute significantly during the process, they would discuss afterwards and adjust the distribution ratio. Wuxin God King was very adept, picking all 7 purple heart realm flowers. Then he smiled at Luo Feng and said, "Brother Luo He, the number of treasures we will get depends on how many you can find." "I'm already trying hard to find them," Luo Feng replied. His 9 avatars were risking danger, scouting various areas. Time passed. Luo Feng and his team were highly efficient, unraveling the location of treasures every day or 2 on average. These treasures were of great aid even to the second realm of Godly King, and they were all very valuable. Luo Feng was in excellent spirits. According to the 20% share agreement, each time he could earn at least 1 million merit points, which was much faster than the earnings from the missions as a guest elder in Flamewind Ancient Country. Emperor Guizu, Wuxin God King, and Cloud Sky God King were quite composed about it, since they were already accustomed to it. For someone like Emperor Guizu, earning hundreds of millions of merit points in one visit to the Dream Realm was quite ordinary. Of course, if one miscalculated and their true body died here, the loss would be immense. Emperor Guizu and Cloud Sky God King had both experienced true body deaths in their ventures across various treasure sites, a misfortune that had befallen them more than once. However, they had already extracted part of their primordial bloodline from their true bodies and safely stored it in the outside world, merely requiring enough treasured nurturing items for them to cultivate back to form. Other than the time Wuxin God King deliberately died for a rebirth cycle, he indeed had never died on a treasure adventure. In this space, the share allocated to me already exceeds 10 million merit points in treasure. According to the plan, we are set to explore 5 Dream Realm spaces in the middle layer, thought Luo Feng. The more spaces explored, the higher the likelihood of accidents. An accident could arise either from the Dream Realm itself or from other cultivators. The 5 spaces were chosen by Emperor Guizu and the others based on past experiences. Luo Feng estimated that exploring these 5 spaces should garner him hundreds of millions of merit points in treasure. This was the type of resource that truly powerful beings from the land of origin valued. Compared to these treasure sites, the appeal of commanding a territory seemed much less significant. It was only the ordinary godly kings, walkers, disciples, and clan members under their command who were more in need of territories. The team from To Realm's palace was also exploring this forest space. The white-haired palace master suddenly looked up into the distance. The other 6 second realm godly kings in the team turned their gazes toward the palace master, trusting in his capabilities. How interesting. After locking onto a trace of aura, the white-haired palace master looked into the distance, his gaze following the trail of the aura through an endless expanse, seeing Luo Feng's team in action. "It's the team from Reincarnation Tower, and one of them is Guizu," said the white-haired palace master with a smile. In the treasure realms, identities were concealed so that even if someone acquired a precious treasure, the land of origin would not know the actual identity of the powerful being who obtained it. But Emperor Guisu didn't care. He couldn't be publicly recognized in the outside world either. Reincarnation Tower. Them again. The 6 second realm godly kings behind all harbored hostility. Although the members of Reincarnation Tower were few, they had clashed over treasures time and again, and to Realm's Palace had often found themselves on the losing end, which naturally led to growing animosity. Since we've encountered our old friends from the Reincarnation Tower, we should obviously present them with a gift, said the white-haired palace master. That group of Dream Realm creatures we found earlier is extremely protective. Ju, go capture one creature from that group and lead the whole Dream Realm creature tribe to the Reincarnation Tower team's location. First, let the Dream Realm creature tribe severely weaken them. Then we'll make our move and wipe them out in one fell swoop, killing as many true bodies as possible, the white-haired palace master said, his eyes cold. He united the Two Realms Palace members. Yet for those outside of the Two Realms Palace and other forces vying for treasures, he had never been merciful. Palace Master, leave it to me, the Winged Woman said excitedly. This Reincarnation Tower team probably has explored several Dream Realm spaces and should have a considerable haul. If we kill their true bodies, we might obtain some treasures. Last time, they destroyed my true body. One by one, they were filled with hostility. Luo Fun and the other 3 were enjoying wine and delicious food by a lake. Of course, Luo Feng's 9 avatars continued treasure hunting. This forest space should yield a few more treasures, and then we'll have about enough, said Emperor Guisu. Then we can move on to the next Dream Realm space. Yes, Luo Fun nodded. The easier to obtain treasures have all been taken. The next ones are indeed guarded more securely, some by Ultimate Realm Dream Realm creatures, some by vast tribes of Dream Realm creatures. Wuxin God King suddenly frowned and turned his head to look into the distance. Emperor Guisu, Cloud Sky God King, and Luo Fun also became alert, although their sensing capabilities were nowhere near that of Wuxin God King. Whoosh! Suddenly, a winged woman holding a stone monster emerged from the void, charging straight at Luo Fun and his colleagues. Two Realms Palaces. Although they couldn't be sure of the winged woman's real identity, her current disguise was something Emperor Guisu and the others had seen many times. I'm bringing you a gift, the winged woman sneered. Boom, as the winged woman, bearing the stone monster, came near where Emperor Guisu and the others were, they seemed to encounter an invisible fluctuation and suddenly exploded into fine dust. Rumble, tilde, one after another, towering stone monsters appeared from the void, followed by smaller ones. At a glance, there were hundreds of stone monsters swarming the scene. These stone monsters stood in midair, with tears streaming down, then turned hateful gazes on the Luo Fun and his companions as their fury made the whole world start to bleed red, sending chills down their spines. In the far distance, the Two Realms Palace team watched on, led by their palace master, who was using a secret technique to observe the scene.